Hi and welcome to the latest Ancient Egypt news from the opening days of April. Still, events beyond our control continue to dominate the news headlines over the last week. Accordingly, there has been a drop in Ancient Egypt news stories. The most important piece of information to come out of all the chaos is that Egypt and its monuments are still safe to visit. In the framework of the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities' efforts to support scientific research and to promote cooperation between the archaeological missions working in Egypt, the Supreme Council of Antiquities, the SCA, organised for 2 days a meeting of the Egyptian archaeological missions and the working joint archaeological sites in the Governorate of Luxor. The meeting aimed to highlight the most significant achievements of the Egyptian and joint archaeological missions in the fields of excavations, restoration, registration and documentation, along with reviewing the plan of the SCA in the field of excavations, with a focus on the Governorate of Luxor as one of the most important World Heritage Centres. The programme of the meeting included a presentation of a number of notable archaeological projects, including the documentation and restoration of the southern sacred lake at Karnak, the documentation, preservation and presentation of the plaster wall in King Tutankhamun's tomb, KB62, to visitors, as well as a study of the impact of climate and local geology on civil architecture in the city of Amenhotep III, known as the City of Gold. The meeting also included the presentation of the latest archaeological discoveries in the northern part of the Abu el-Nakhra region, including the K390 tomb, along with the dismantling and reinstallation of the first pylon at the Ramesseum, as well as the ongoing excavations and restoration work at the Khnum Temple in Esna City. In this context, Mr. Sherif Fati, the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, expressed his happiness in organising this meeting. The Minister pointed out that archaeological missions represent an essential pillar in tangible achievements in the fields of archaeological discoveries, documentation and restoration, strengthening efforts to preserve the Egyptian civil heritage. He also expressed his hope for the meeting to become the core of a series of specialised scientific events covering various fields of archaeology, including Egyptian and Islamic monuments, restoration sciences and archaeological documentation, as well as promoting scientific cooperation with international research institutions. In his opening speech, Dr. Hisham El-Liti, Secretary-General of the SCA, praised the Council's plan in the field of excavations, especially in the Governorate of Luxor, in the wake of what Egypt has recently witnessed from a series of important archaeological discoveries. He also emphasised the importance of the efforts to preserve the Egyptian civil heritage, citing the pioneering role of Egyptian archaeologists and their fruitful cooperation with foreign missions. He added that the reports of the mission excavations and the results of the meeting will be published in Arabic within the framework of the SCA, along with the allocation of a specialised scientific course for the excavations in Luxor. He also stressed the continuation of the implementation of specialised training programs within and outside Egypt in cooperation with foreign institutions to improve the competence of the archaeological staff in the fields of preservation, restoration and documentation. This meeting represents a new start to a series of scientific events in various disciplines of the Egyptian and Islamic archaeological missions, which started in 2017 and was forced to stop in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. 2026 promises to be a strong, fresh start. At the conclusion of his speech, Dr. Hisham El-Liti announced the approval and sponsorship of the Ministry to support and finance young archaeologists through the SCA. In a move that blends cultural engagement with social responsibility, Orascom Pyramids organised an educational and recreational visit for children from the Kelowna Ma'bad Foundation at the Giza Plateau visitor area. The initiative comes within the cooperation protocol between the company and the SCA, reflecting ongoing efforts to link tourism development with community outreach, while enhancing the overall visitor experience of one of Egypt's most iconic heritage sites. The children participated in a full-day program combining education and entertainment, including guided tours across the plateau's main landmarks. A professional tour guide introduced historical information in a simplified and engaging manner, tailored to young audiences, aiming to foster early awareness of Egypt's archaeological heritage. Several outlets inside the visitor area contributed to the initiative, offering meals and gifts to the children. The day concluded over a shared lunch provided by Maza Maza restaurant. Orascom Pyramids is trying to position itself as a symbol for integrating private sector investment with tangible social impact. The Kelowna Marbad Foundation, for its part, continues to play a key role in advancing education in remote and underserved areas. Through its community schools initiatives, the organisation supports children who face barriers to formal education, particularly those living far from public schools, helping bridge critical gaps in access to learning. The visit underscored a growing emphasis on leveraging Egypt's cultural landmarks not only as tourist destinations, but also as platforms for education and community development. And the Tourism and Antiquities Police in Minya have arrested a suspect over the Easter weekend in possession of 277 artefacts intended for sale after he acquired them illegally through unauthorized excavations. Investigations conducted by the Tourism and Antiquities sectors and the Public Security Services revealed that the suspect, a resident of the Deir Mawas area, possessed antiquities for the purpose of trafficking, using his residence as a base for his criminal activities. The house was raided and the suspect was apprehended with the various antiquities in his possession. He confessed to security officials that he had obtained the seized artifacts through illegally digging for antiquities in a mountainous area within the Malawi district of Minya Governorate. Egyptian security services tirelessly work to combat the illegal possession and trading of antiquities in order to preserve the country's national heritage. In some areas, illegal excavations for antiquities are prevalent, with the artifacts being smuggled and sold illegally in violation of laws that restrict excavation to state authorities and prohibit their sale as priceless national heritage. And that's it for this week. This news podcast is brought to you by Ted Laux and GNT Tours. Ancient Egypt News is still rated in the top 5 Egypt history podcasts, according to feedspot.com. For our 2026 tour dates, please check out our website, gnttours.com. Follow us on social media. Thanks for listening to this episode. Please feel free to comment and share. Until next time, thanks again. Cheers. Bye-bye.